Remember my name. SPY will drop to $90 and $100. Be ready for the biggest crash ever. I will forget your name. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. That not being facetious. I just there's a really high chance I'm not gonna remember what you just said and your name. I might remember what you said. Am I supposed to take a position off of that? I mean, trust me, dude. I've been bearish for months. Me, I've been wrestling the bulls, dude. Yeah, man, this shit looks like it's gonna fucking dump. Wicked. Yeah, the QQQ to 90 to $100. I mean, I'm not gonna argue that the dump that we see when the shit hits the fan is gonna be substantial. You know, the way that we got here. I see this man is talking about a fucking. This man is talking about a base dump. I mean, you can hardly even see COVID on this map. Diabolical. Get your $90 puts dirt cheap right now. The weekly candle. Look at this weekly candle, guys. Oh my god, dude. I mean, if that's not just unloading at the top, unloading at the top, you're just selling all of your shit. Diabolical. Oh, I'm not talking about his move. I mean, I'm still eyeballing a longer expiration, 580 area, but there's still one pocket of empty space they could still pop it up into. So I think I'll get a break of structure. Well, the weekly candle hasn't closed, so tomorrow is gonna really seal the deal. If we can see a reversal up to fucking 610 again, it changes the candle. So, but that right there just shows me that you sell every time they give that price and they move it back up to this chunky block, right? This chunky beefy boy right here, and you just wash out. Give me 575 or give me death. Did he call an 86% loss on SPY? Yeah, right. Low key put the majority of my savings into SPY. Should I sell or wait for a bear run like a month ago? Listen, you got to be strategic about it, Joaquin. Uh, you got to be strategic about it, right? So just like I mentioned, if we can get a weekly candle close back above 610, brother, that would change the whole dynamic of today. But I am, yes, and I cannot tell you what to do with your money and your investments and your life savings. Uh, but I'm not in the Qs or any of the ETFs right now. So just imagine a month from today it hits 100 and he was right. I mean, maybe that was just like, one of those guys. He just gave us from the future. I don't know. All right, anyway, don't now people's imagination is going to be running wild. I use a TikTok streaming platform. All right. What else? An angel talking to us through TikTok. There you go. Is CRWV an example of a punchback happening and it not doing? No, it's in there. Even if you were to see on the hourly, right? It's perfect. On the 30-minute where it expands, you just said that, dude, and this thing has just popped its shit. That's what I was talking about. So no, you stopped basically right at the 50% mark. IWM looks heavy as hell. The overhead. I mean, I can say this: we'll be in for one hell of an upside move, probably to the 252 anywhere outside of these wicks. However, today has been spent just pushing price down. I still see empty space and a potential 244 target underneath us. It is Friday, so I'm not sure if they would give that to us on a Friday. We still have a lot of 24-hour floors to go and break on IWM. Yeah, today actually we were talking about sitting on that level. I think a green candle, yeah, would probably wipe out this whole lot, but they would keep us in range. Make sure you guys tap the screen if you're on. Yeah, it is Thursday, sorry. Wait, no, today's Thursday. Oh, I thought you were saying tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I don't know if anybody listen, USO obviously with this whole deal right now, and I'm not one to usually base my, but I mean it does seem like a kind of, yeah, from this morning, outside of that box or over that 115.77, I still see this thing going and hitting 129. Insanely expensive. Yeah, the pricing up the scrubs. I'm looking at a position right now going into tomorrow on IWM, probably targeting that 245.75. And then the Qs, I'm waiting a little bit longer here. Two things that have happened so far. Trump pumps the market. Trump makes crazy things happen during the weekends. Agreed. I think at this point, it's outside of. I mean, this could be something that he's like dominoes that he's hit that are gonna keep it. It's out of his hands in some ways. Really, Iran playing with they're taking a little oil wrestling. Watch this on the Qs. I don't know if you're watching the right side of my screen. Big pop off of that floor. 3 wicks right here. Yeah. Thoughts on Tesla? I think death, destruction, electric car batteries exploding, sending my profits sky high. Was that a poem? Somebody write that down. Ivy? No, just kidding. Was that a haiku? I yeah, I took a short position today. Um, definitely haiku. Yeah, I have 355. So I there was room to play in here. Qs are diving off that rejection. I don't know if we're gonna get a move today, but if we can get a loss of 597.82 on the Qs, I see a target of 596.50. Play with that if you want to. Jacked. Yeah, butt ton. Core PCE, preliminary GDP, core durable goods, orders, preliminary GDP price index, JOLTS job opening, and then the University of Michigan is going to tell us what they think about consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. I am short. Yes, I am short. I have a pretty juicy position um, on Tesla for the 355s. Again, tall order, but I'm looking for 367 and 355. You know what I need to do here? I haven't done this in a while. Flip that. Oh my God. Worst case scenario, back up here. Keys are pushing down here a little bit lower. This is not, no. The official signal for Tesla to go down has technically not been lost, right? Step one is going to be getting this thing below 390, 360. Step two is going to be getting it below 388.75. If what we did today, and I'm thinking about taking a little weekly hedgerino, but if we end up punching through and up and over 409.25, yeah, the tide could change. There is still empty space up there, so yeah, if you ever catch me with magnets on my chart, I've lost it. All right. Everyone send me bronze. I'm making a statue of Potter. Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. All right. It is 3:04, guys. So what else are we looking at? Poet? Oh, damn. Um, this is where, again, you're dealing with I mean, this thing has been in a state of seizure for, I mean, it needs epilepsy medication. It's jerking. Absolutely diabolical. So to give you any long-term analysis, right, would be if this, then that all over the place. Literally. You just hit the weekly top. Damn, that's fire. So I mean, I until you lose something, I mean, you could speculate on a short right there, right? This thing falls and moves back down to the 415s or worse. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea on something like this. I just don't. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and make it seem like maybe your monthly target. If you stay consistent in these wicks, that seems clear, but that's a monthly analysis. So that right there that'll make you question everything you think you know. And I don't do that. You want me to chart this? Brother, what are you making me do? Oh my God. Okay, you better be, dude. All right. Thoughts on Occidental? It's ripping, and I think I had a target of 59.50, $60 directly up above us. Yeah. Actually, kind of nuts. He just hit a monthly cost basis. So, if this is one of these, you could be looking at an extended run or maybe even new highs. I'm on the monthly again. Oh, Rivian, I think this thing might have been the nail in the coffin there. I might actually have to short my own position here. This thing looks like it's heading down for a 24-hour punch down. It is moving fast. The trigger is 1520. That would likely give you a move down to this box, but that many rejections overhead at that particular level, these levels in particular have been the rejection levels leading price back down. So part of me is yeah, looking at the potential for this to maybe keep falling. It is moving fast, which that's why I say the trigger is still below you, because if somehow you can save yourself, maybe you can save this and whip it back up. But do you know anything? The adjusted, dude. Not so if you look right here, dude, there's hardly any of those discrepancies, right? So on most charts, I mean, I have it adjusted to include that data most of the time. I think it's on, but I'll have to look at that. Where's the full screen on YouTube? The full screen's on YouTube, I think. Yeah. All right. My OBS was freezing. All right, let's see here. RBRK. Yeah, is that today? I think I've charted this like 3 times here. Um, I'm gonna have dreams about it. I stand by the empty space target of 63. You know, is this incredible? Eh. When I go into earnings, my targets are very simple because it's typically led off of consolidation and empty space. So yeah, 64.45. And I know it does move on earnings, so you know, maybe let's look at the weekly here. I mean, I feel weird giving you a target that low when you have a 48.22 floor. So 48.22 and maybe 45.50 since it does move pretty big. So AMD, did you get out of your put too soon? I mean, if you had a longer expiration, you should definitely still be in. If you have a longer expiration, that thing is just looking pretty juicy, actually. It hasn't bounced yet. I mean, something changes here by the end of the day. I don't know. It feels very this sort of build right here feels very news like after hours or some shit. Tesla, how far out? I'm out in April contracts. I'm probably gonna hedge tonight. I'll probably use one 405s or 406. Yeah, I actually have a pretty crazy headache right now. I'm it's not like a brain like I can still use my brain just fine, but uh sinus pressure is high. The pollen is I saw somebody say something in the Discord earlier. Um but boy, the pollen out here is intense. Hues are moving a little faster now. Again, 596.44 if you're Gambolinia. IWMs look a little heavier. Yeah. Insane. I will say, with IWM having the empty space, you know, up here, basically where we rejected, that's if you're going long today, right in the 252 area, you know, if you're going short, obviously we've discussed those targets to the downside, which kind of sucks because you still have this box here to break through. What the fuck was that about? All right, let's see here. BA down, yeah, you think? Holy shit. Brother, what? When did this happen? Did you trade that? Nah, I couldn't ever. That's 3 fucking giant red bars. Damn, dude. Can't even get a signal, dude. That's crazy, bro. Damn, with the candle closed below the floor in the box. Yeah, that was a good signal. Fuck. Beautiful empty space. 202.87. I call it empty space too. We are twins, brother. So does that mean you know who our dad is? Papa? I'm sorry. Stop making people uncomfortable. USO up nice today. Yes, it is. That looked like range on it. Where's the box? Range on IWM. Here, there's no box. Not on that time frame. There is this, which is just a bunch of rejections at the top with a flat floor. So, you know, if we drop, we'll probably see that floor. ELTR is doing not the greatest. This stock's it does look like it could try to go for a punchback, and it has done a great job of holding 153.20. The trigger for the up and out, I believe, is going to be 156, and that's your next, resistance, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But let's see, Qs are holding here. Yeah, no break. You help me judge my plays. Oh yeah, man. I mean, it is holding itself up, plain and simple. So that looks like a future punch down, dude. You're at cost basis today. Not a great day for bulls, but yeah, that kind of looks fucking short, dude. That's about to go to all time low. Whoa, that's like an all time highest trade, but and there's a lot of empty space up. So if you can manage to open up on cost basis tomorrow, you might be able to flip it green. But damn, yeah, that might be heading even lower. For those of you guys who can't afford the actual live class, maybe hold off. I got something in the works right now. Dusting off the something I was working on in the previously. Neo. Bro, I've made over $400 since I've been watching you. Fuck yeah. Know what I'm talking about. I had talked about Neo earlier, man. I think you're gonna probably drop tomorrow into that 445 area. The only other, yeah, you have this wick up here at 587. That was your overhead resistance. 24-hour candle is closing in range, so Yeah, I get it. Baba has earnings next week. Damn, we really did get away with that swing, man. Holy shit. Look at that. Damn. Baba, how does Baba act on earnings, though? Poo poo. That was good. Yeah, but look at how you went into earnings. Massive chop. You just started yours. Yeah, I don't really see anything on that one yet. If it could drop down to the floor, then maybe you could say 145, 146 area. That is still super applicable. Uh, I don't know what the hell this is, but if you're bullish, you're looking at 233.45. That's going to be step one. You do have a good curl back up, but this is your box. Bam. I do remember that. Alta has earnings tonight. Oh shit. That one looks exceptionally heavy. 568 maybe? It does move on earnings, that's for damn sure. The downside moves get eaten up a lot of the time. That one did. Waikiki Mano. Yeah, but you could see how heavy that one was. It did have empty space underneath it, kind of like you do now. So I could say 587, but I think 560. How much do those contracts cost? You said that's tonight? I got a slot open for a little earnings date. Shoot me. I know. You're going to be spending a lot of bread on those. That's definitely a gamble. Are you still shorting Tesla? Yes. Are you a self learner, bro? I'd assume you were because of the open space term. Yeah, I refused to learn from anybody after learning from a few people and realizing they were full of shit and bullshitting. Qs are holding. Qs are holding. I feel like there is a stronger move possibly overnight here. We're sitting on the same floor that we exploded off of. We don't have like a ton, a ton of empty space up here or anything like that. I think I was tracking that. The target down is here. Let's just keep watching. We still got plenty of time. Give me a second. Oh, dude, Alta. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore because there's just so many knuckleheads that just refuse to stick to their price range. Man, I don't love them, but I wish they'd stop. All right, same area getting rejected right here on the cues. That same diddling wick right there. Good gravy. Oh my God, sketchy. The only thing that, yeah, the empty space. I mean, this is the same floor that we bounce off of. So if you go short, I'm just going to leave it at this. You know, you could look at a worst case and possible case scenario. Jesus Christ. Um, which I think, again, modest target would be up in the 603, 604s, but I'm waiting still. Neo on the weekly time frame. Does this box look right? Yes. Yes, it does. However, the wicks seem to have possibly wicked off the same one. Neo's going to drop. I'm almost positive it's going to drop here. It's going to go down to fill the gap probably tomorrow. Rejection off the top, easy move to the bottom. I mean, that's also, if I'm not mistaken, Spaces. Yeah, the move's starting now. Wow. I would still want to see the weekly candle close, man, because if this thing reverses tomorrow, it's going to change it. Damn, it just got so bright outside. I thought a nuclear bomb just went off or something. Peyton walked outside and she looked like she turned into a ghost. Nokia. What is this hot dog water? Oh, it's not that bad though. Damn. Yeah, I think Philo's in this one actually. Or was talking about this one. Yeah, same target, 850. And then you got a lot of empty space in the box, so. Oh. I feel like I just looked at this one. Yeah, this one's already bounced off of floor here. You haven't broken. You need to get above 235 in order to see any sort of upside or start any move to the upside. 260 is going to be a trigger. So yeah, it's probably like 5 years ago I coined that. That is, people started hitting me with fair value gaps. SoFi is third time here at 1760 with no response, closing red in the wicks. Does look and appear like it will drop to $17. 1722. One second. Holy shit. God damn. See, there are stocks that are front running this dump. Look at Lulu. I'd be looking at a 151.72 target. All right, give me a minute here, guys. I'm gonna do my own little scan. There's some stocks here. Yeah, I'm gonna take my own request. It's time. Damn. Well, should be at 37.82 tomorrow. Obviously, BA got his ass kicked. Hello? What's up, Lily? Don't want to get banned. How was your day?
It was good.
Yeah. Last day of the book fair? Last tomorrow. I'll be out in a little bit, bud. Start thinking about what you want for dinner, okay? Coin? Good God. What the hell is this? That looks kind of I see a gap fill on that one tomorrow. 186.15. Let me see. Huh. I mean, this is obviously market Q based, but you know, any sort of upside would be outside of 175, 197.75, and then up over that 202.65. So you're a rock star. This works so well with futures. Absolutely mind blowing. Oh, trust me, I've heard, I've seen, I've experienced. I couldn't lose. I get that shit spins my head around though. I'm not gonna lie. I start misbehaving and doing bad shit. Walmart. Shoot that dude. Uh, so the signal to the upside period point blank is 126.25. Get out of here, Jose. I saw maybe 5 for Neo. I see a pullback down to this wick and gap fill in the 540s. Um, however, this is a pretty strong rejection mark, and there's nothing but empty space down here. So you lose the 530 area, and I suspect you'll probably be coming right back down. Look at that gap down right there. Boop. Neo doesn't move in a straight line though for a lot of the time. So you see, look, you drop, dump, and then gap up, and then dump. Oh my God, this pollen, dude. Short. That looks short. 286. Oh my God. Yeah. That looks like they're about to file for something. That looks fucking nuts because none of these candles start out here where you push off of to that one does, but I see 283.44 very simply. Obviously, if you could dump harder, you could be looking all the way at a longer term target of 233. That looks very bearish. My shoulder. Nvidia calls. What is? I mean, maybe, but uh, nah, not with that bounce and reversal, dude. You bounced that hard off of 181 just to go up and reject. I don't know. I feel like that one could drop down again. See that 177.40. Hold on. I'm gonna finish what I was doing. Let's see here. Snow. Wow. That's actually crazy. Damn, Celsius. Hmm. What am I looking at? I'm looking at setups overall right now. Just I'm looking through my watch list. Oh, damn. That's a juicy one right there. A lot of empty space on J Mia. You need long expirations. Probably about 3 months on that bad boy, but $5 looks inevitable. Hmm. The hell is that? Zebo. That seems like it's not real. Oh, yo. I kind of might be interested in that. No bounce. Target is 2662. 25. Is that for real? I mean, $25 8 days out are fucking dirt cheap. 15 days out, you'd actually have to, that disintegrates. So maybe like 25.50 or 26. See how these spreads are. Jesus. The spreads are trash. That does look good, though. That does look good. At least to 2662. However, the options are really bad. What the hell is this, Sibo? Oh my god. Well, you haven't died yet, so I mean that's good. $130. I mean, if this keeps squeezing, maybe 183. Yeah, the bid ask. Hotter muster expiration dates are most of them about a week, or I mean, I've been with the bear market, I've been picking longer expirations because floors don't stop responding, and it's usually once it takes a minute for the floors to break. I mean, it's typically a tough endeavor, which obviously you've seen that firsthand here today, and shit, fucking yesterday too. Yeah, all day. I mean, they're saving the moves for overnight. I see that 585 on 595 on the queues, but widespread is bad because if you have a wide spread between the bid and ask, when you go to sell your contract, there could be a huge discrepancy from your potential gain on the ask and your potential gain on the bid. Very different. Yep. Yep. I hate this one. Ooh, Macy's has a lot of empty space. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. Careful with Lily though, man. It is holding its range. It's bouncing pretty hard right here on the floor with empty space directly up above it. Maybe depending on if you were to gap up and fill that up, yeah, that could be pretty cool. How's Macy's still in business? Dude, there's still people in there. I feel terrible though when I see them. I see 1675, and then you got a ton of empty space, but fuck. Oh, don't get me into this shit, man. Oh, take your pants off, Meta. Fucking. Here we fucking go again. Yes. Ah, you're good. You gotta knock with your fist, man. You gotta knock so I can hear you. Sound like a. Also, quit letting Coco in here. She keeps getting under my desk and licking my feet, creeping me out. Are we drooling? I'm having issues right now. Um, yeah, I am. You build a box, you pop up, you fail, you fall down, you pop up, you fail, you pop down. Now, I have been inside of meta where it won't stop doing that, but at some point it comes to an end. And I suspect, love you too, buddy. See you in a minute. I see 610, man. God damn, bro, I'm really going. Do you know how much between Meta and Tesla, dude? If I get short squeezed out of this shit, I'm gonna be cooked, dude. I have to hang up my hat. Not really, but fuck, I'll be a sad boy, dude. I got my own personal attachment to this one, so keep that in mind. 11 days out should be enough time. And you could play this. You technically could play this shit fucking 10 steps out of the money, but you'd be playing with fire if you don't TP where you're supposed to. Oh, Hughes just tapped a new low, teasing us. You said 244s. If 246.55 breaks, yeah, that would be a target. I want to. I'm looking at longer expirations right now because at this point it'll be easier to stop out of. 240. Right. Yeah, I went over Zillow, right? Yeah, I went over Zillow. Yeah, this it's already gave two entries. Or if you're looking at it from a 24-hour candle close, damn, you're kind of dumping fast. You're about to hit this 41.15, which is a target I gave a few minutes ago. Damn, you still don't know how to close out of a live? What are you talking about? Close out of a live? What are you talking about? Yeah, I see it. I'm watching right now. I'm watching the cues. You didn't think they were gonna let us have that? I can tell you this much. Tomorrow, if you're holding short positions as we push or move over 601, you're out of your mind. Oh, you're good, dude. Oh, you're coming from TikTok? That's all. I haven't seen him in a minute. He blocked me. Uh, so real quick, this is it's just an inside candle, right? And it's like red, so it's easy to get emotional about. Um, but I think the line is clear. It's underneath 29.75 that we could look for a new low or but man, if this thing doesn't have some serious I mean, honestly, if you're looking short on this one, which, you could get cheaper contracts in here, but it would be 26. So, I think Hims has another run in it. It could definitely see a pretty strong oh my god, damn. Stocks are selling off right now. Tesla is selling off right now. Oh yeah. Get Meta, dude. There's no other stock on the planet that'll just do that every day for fun. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh my fucking god, I'll sell it right now. I see Alta's already fucking dumping. But I see a 611.86 target plus the 620 target here. Um maybe 571 if you see a serious dumper, which Alta does move on earnings, so yeah, I know they have earnings. Iran's new supreme leader is in a coma and lost a leg after being seriously injured in today's strikes. Jesus Christ. God damn. If I was the new leader, dude, I'd be fucking wearing a mask, posting the videos 3 hours after I left the spot. Shit, we got bombs that don't even protect you. You gotta be underground. You gotta be in a mountain. Yeah, he misplaced his leg and he's in sleepy. Bye bye. Never, dude. We've been doing this since humans have been fucking going off the rails. Oh, they got yeah, yeah, trying. Yeah, but you can't respond to dropping a bomb on a school of kids with they don't treat their women and children, like we wouldn't drop a bomb on their school. And we got to stop. We got to see I don't either. I in fact I hate when fucking more war Dude, we do. No, 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 no. This is this, and that's where it gets to bullshit. And I call bullshit every single fucking time. We can hit people with blades that come out of a missile from like 20 miles away. A Hellfire missile that shoots fucking blades. You're ninja starring somebody from 20 miles away. I think you know what you're hitting. Now, if it was late technology, because I know that like the girls' school was built on top of a base, an old base, like a decommissioned. But if you've got 20-year-old data, then clearly you're not doing your reconnaissance enough. But to me, that's just, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there is no we humans have been saying like, oh, that's just war. Like, dude, we gotta fucking we gotta stop being so stupid. Like, especially now, especially now with the technology we have. I mean, what are they supposed to do? Just take it? Yeah, I'm looking at hedges. But yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is usually when we open or hit these levels, we gap down below them or to them. So I'm feeling pretty good about the swing overnight. Yeah. Is this Yeah, I was a military brat my entire life, pretty much, or whatever you want to call 'em. No shit. Hold on, guys. I'm doing quick math. Oh shit. Anybody making bread on this right now? Q's? Weekly contracts. Oh yeah, I know, Lauren. Yeah, we're gonna do class at 4:30. Can I talk about my short position? Yeah, I was trying to see if I can briefly execute a massive drop of price on this one all the way down to 580, 150, 570 or 370, excuse me, sorry, and 367 right here. I got one, two, three rejections off the top. So my only issue here is that when you leave empty space, again, you want to keep going, which we've done, but I want to keep going. Here we go on the Qs. Watch this nasty bounce level coming in right here at 596.89. Technically, the first target on IWM is 244, right? That's the first target. If you're short on the Qs, anything above 602 or in the 604 area could be a target to hedge. All right, just throwing that out there. If you're an IWM, I think that target would be, sorry, 251.60 or 252. That looks short. That's a rejection off a cost basis right here. Drop back down into the box. 45. Yeah, 45. All right. We're about to ding, 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 and I'm about to get the hell out of here because I got a couple things to do before class starts. So, first trade in about a week. There you go. Where's the class? It's inside of my Potterbox workshop Discord. Ugh. What do you recommend to learn to start trading from complete scratch? My workshop or my YouTube channel, which actually my YouTube channel, I'm about to redo some videos on that one. I'm about to be taking the educational videos down and replacing them one by one. The class is the most important thing that I teach, though. I left a lot on the table with IWM today. I mean, that thing chopped all day today, dude. All day. Yep. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Remember, it's probably smart to hedge yourself. Without confirmation, things are bouncing here right at the end of the day. It's not a Potter box. Or they're still going to be there and place them. Yeah. If I join the class, can I keep the recordings and teachings forever? Like go back and watch? Yes. Yes, you can. Yes. And I'll just give you guys. I'm doing a couple, maybe a year or two ago. I started doing a pre-recorded class, and um, decided to do a live one, and it was fire. So I left it at that. But I'm creating a cheaper pre-recorded version for those people who can't or don't want to fork over or yeah, 500 or $800. It's obviously not going to be as in depth because I'm not there to answer your questions, but it'll be an accumulation of everything I've done. Oh, thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. Or you are a natural teacher and keep us engaged daily. Usually, that, it's so crazy you say that because I'm so hypercritical of my own teaching. But I appreciate that a lot, dude. Thank you. Where's the dude with the 595 plus? Cliffside, my boy. Cliffside. All right. YouTube is definitely a good place to start if you're new. Yeah, yeah, 100%, Lauren. All right. I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you guys in class at 4:30. We're starting a little bit early. If you want to join, you're more than welcome. Yearly's discounted right now, 25% off, which probably won't be doing until May or something like that. So I'm out. Night, night. See you in class. Oh, that was perfect timing.